playing field. Here's Todd Callis.
Dwayne, thank you very much. The Rays designated hitter Pat Burrell played in his share of important September games with the Phillies, and he knows how important these games are down the stretch for Tampa Bay.
Wedding is big now. Every pitch is huge. You know, we put ourselves in that situation. And so, you know, you can't be surprised by anything at this point. We have to go for it every time we step on the field. And, you know, we've got a lot of ground to make up, some of which I think we're capable of doing. And, you know, we might need a little help.
Final game of the series, right around the corner. Back upstairs we go to Dwayne.
Joe Maddon's club coming in with 72 wins and 60 losses. 5 back of the Red Sox. Here is the Boston lineup. Jacoby Ellsbury leads it off again, followed by Dustin Pedroia and Victor Martinez. Kevin Youkilis, Jason Bay, and David Ortiz, the DH, the middle part of the lineup. And hitting 7th is Mike Lowell, who is hitting .324 the last week and a half. Over 300 for the year. Rocco Baldelli's in there tonight. Alex Gonzalez will be the shortstop. He'll bat 9th.
6'6" left-hander David Price on the mound, only 24 years old, coming off a road win, his first road win in his big league career at Detroit, where he went 7 1/3, gave up a run on 5 hits, the deepest he's gone all season. 17 starts overall. Earned run average continues to drop. It's down to .463 in 91 1/3 innings pitched. The opponent's batting average against continues to drop at .256. The defense behind David Price. Carl Crawford in left. BJ Upton in center. Dave Gross gets a start in right. Evan Longoria and Jason Bartlett, Ben Zobrist and Carlos Pena make up the infield. Greg Zombie behind the plate. This defensive line for review brought to you by Sweet Bay Supermarket. We're saving you money is our passion.
Let's look at Rocco Baldelli. He'll be in right field tonight for the Red Sox. First pitch of the game, Ellsbury takes it high, a fastball. So we are underway. First pitch right on time tonight. And the pitch is a strike. It's 1-1. And again, a perfect 72 degrees here at Tropicana Field.
Mm.
2-1.
Nice pitch.
And Rapuano is calling the balls and strikes. Veteran of 19 major league seasons. 2-2.
Well, I saw Joe West and Ned driving in together in the parking lot, and I said, well, I said to Joe, I said, tried to get to you yesterday. I said, don't mess it up. But basically, that goes for you too, Ed. Look, Joe's at third base tonight.
Foul ball back. Thing about driving in with Joe West, you could be serenaded at no additional cost. He could break into song at any time.
He's got
the Blue Cowboy. He's recorded country songs.
He has.
Got a couple of CDs in circulation.
He's played in Nashville. Done the whole circuit.
2-2 now. Ellsbury fouls one back, a fastball, and that one healthy in the mid-90s. So Price has come out firing here. Red Sox 7.5 behind New York, but as we mentioned, 2.5 up on Texas in the wild card. Fly ball left, and Crawford a couple steps to his right toward the line. Handles that one away. Tonight again, proud to bring this game to you in high definition. Well, here's Dustin Pedroia. Pedroia hitting .296. He was 0 for 5 last night and 0 for 4 the night before, although he walked a couple times. There's the strike, and boy, if the Rays can keep that trend going just one more night, they'll be grateful, because this guy can be a problem, as you know. 1-1.
Well, the Rays have to play him straight up because he hits the ball all over. I thought Ben Zobrist played right field last night. magnificently. I mean, he made some great plays going to the line, going to his right. It's Gabe Gross tonight.
It's upstairs, 2-1.
Here's Gabe.
Gross at right, Zobrist in at second base. Aki tweaked that ankle a little bit last night.
It's going to go there. Yeah, you noticed that last night on that last at bat.
Count goes to 2-2 now. That big cut by Pedroia.
Oh, this ball's down. That's a good pitch by David. That's tough to get to. If that ball's up, that ball's hit. But when it's down like that, you got to use the lower half of your body as a hitter to get through that. That's a tough pitch to get through.
2-2, way up. So it's a full count.
Greg wasn't sure. That thing just took off on him. Ed Wapuano saying that, make sure you catch those, will you? Don't let those 96 fastballs get by you.
Well, that's exactly what he's telling him.
Yes, he is. I did see him.
Look at that. Yeah.
No, I see that. I've been there with these guys.
And a pop-up foul. Pena's after it. It's going to be playable. 2 gone. Oh, Pedroia is out of there on a pop foul handled by Carlos Pena. Two gone for Victor Martinez. Behind the plate, switch hitting catcher. He played first base in last night's game. The pitch is a strike on the outside part of the plate. We had a chance to hear Terry Francona on the pregame talking about the addition of Victor Martinez and how he elevates the rest of the lineup, having a good switch hitter in the middle of that lineup.
Yeah, he really does. I mean, he put him right into the 3 spot. And boy, you got a tough switch hitter. It makes it tough. And as you can see, Joe Madden in this series is you had to use 6 or 7 relievers both nights because of this balanced lineup that the Red Sox have. But Victor's a big part of that right there. You know, ideally you'd like to hit him to hit right-handed, but you bring a lefty, and you got Euclid and Bay, especially tonight, behind him.
It's fouled back. 2-2, and one of the reasons that Joe Madden, for the better part of the last month plus, has stacked that bullpen and carried 8 men down there, including 3 left-handers in the bullpen. When you go up against the Angels and now this club to a point, and the Yankees.
Definitely. Yeah, the Yankees too, coming up on Monday.
2-2. And we have another full count. Martinez taking the pitch away. It's Euclid on deck. And a liner base hit, 1 hop to the right of Bartlett and into left field. Victor Martinez is aboard with a 2-out single. Now it's Kevin Euclid with his average of .312. Not a lot of at-bats for the Red Sox against the Rays' young left-hander. Euclid is 1 for 3 off him. 1 ball, no strikes.
Pretty nice hot streak right there. 5 games, 8 hits.
There's a strike, and it's 1-1. Now, Euclid has had a nice series here.
Yeah, he likes hitting here. I mean, at least what I've seen this summer.
Yep, he does, and he was hot coming into the series. Foul out of play. 1-2. right side, and that will be back into the stands. Boston with 77 wins this year. 5 full games in front of the Rays. And a shot into left field. That ball's going to be over Crawford's head, off the wall. A long single. There's a throw back to second, and Martinez is back in there. So a long single. A nice job by Crawford on the carom.
Boy, that was a great job. What Carl was doing was trying to keep it from being a double. He wasn't trying to get Victor Martinez out. Victor Martinez could have continued to go. Carl did the right thing, trying to eliminate Euclid from getting the scoring position. See, he's not looking to see where Martinez is. He's just making sure Euclid doesn't try to go for 2. So Victor, he's on his own right there because he didn't pick up the third base coach. The ball's in front of him, and rightfully so. But he could have gotten to third base, I think. Nonetheless, it's a great effort by Carl Crawford, getting the ball back in quickly.
So here's Jason Bay, a 2-out threat in the first by Boston. Down and in. 1 ball, no strikes, and we discussed in the first 2 games how good Bay has been with men in scoring position, hitting .257 overall, but coming into the game tonight, .328 with runners in scoring position. And a tap to third, foul. Or you were hoping that would be fair.
Well, you're not kidding with Jason Bay up there, their run producer. They've got a lot of run producers, but he's leading everybody. He's got 94 RBIs, 30 home runs. Talked about him at length last night, how he likes to hit with runners in scoring position. There are the numbers right there. 63 RBIs, hitting .328 with runners in scoring position. You know, that last pitch to Euclid was a changeup, and he slowed his motion down when he did that. You could definitely see that, and I think Euclid read that too. Plus, he was beating him on a fastball, so the changeup was a little bit of a surprise right there.
And a shot into left center field. On the run is Crawford. It's over his head, off the wall. 1 run is scored. Here comes Euclid in to score. It's a double for Bay, and Boston takes a 2-0 lead. So with 2 outs, the Red Sox have 3 consecutive hits. The double by Bay chases home both Martinez and Euclid.
Yeah, it's a change up again. That's a change up grip right there again, and it's up and out over the plate. And he slowed his motion down just a little bit. It definitely, to me, from up here, is a difference between his fastball delivery, where he's quicker, and the changeup. And I think the hitters recognize that.
Now here's David Ortiz. First pitch fastball taken for a strike. Ortiz drove in a run with a ground ball last night. Nothing in 2 behind the fastball.
A little surprised Euclid got one was he was beating him with the fastball. He's fouling it off to right field. He beat Pedroia popping out to the right side. He beat Ellsbury, and then he threw a changeup to Euclid turned on.
And a wave and a miss. Fastball, and Ortiz is out on strikes. They stayed with a fastball to Ortiz. 2-0 Boston. Pena, Pat Burrell, and Evan Longoria 4, 5, and 6. Greg Zahn followed by Gabe Gross hitting 8th, and then B.J. Upton.
6'3" right-hander Clay Buchholz on the mound for the Red Sox. 25-year-older. 9 starts, 3-3 record, coming off a very good start, his best start of the year so far against the Blue Jays. 8 1/3 innings, gave up a run on 3 hits. That was on the 29th of August.
And Bartlett steps in. First pitch is a strike. Bartlett, the 3rd leading hitter in the American League, at .337. Picks one down. He's also in the top 10, as you might expect, in on-base percentage. It's .397 coming into play tonight. 2-1. Up the right side, that ball's got a chance to drop. Baldelli's going to play it on one hop, and Bartlett is aboard. Base hit for Jason Bartlett.
You saw Rocco Baldelli make a nice play to get that ball back in. Here's the rest of the outfield defense. Jason Bay in left and Jacoby Ellsbury in center. Rocco in right. The infield, Mike Lowell and Alex Gonzalez, Dustin Pedroia and Kevin Youthlis. Victor Martinez behind the plate. And again, this defensive alignment review brought to you by Sweet Base Supermarket, where saving you money is our passion. Nice play by Rocco.
He threw a strike into second.
Sure did. Jason Bartlett did the right thing, staying right there.
So Bartlett's aboard, and here's Carl Crawford. Pitch is down. Buchholz can be a little difficult for a base runner over there. He'll be quick to first. He really wanted to be a shortstop when he got into pro baseball, and so I guess he's got those infielders' feet that would help him with the move.
Right there.
Bartlett back in.
Make sure he steps. Can't spin on the mound. You got to show distance and direction with your front foot. I'm sure Bach and Bob Davidson would address that.
Yeah. There's a shot high and back into center. Ellsbury's going to have room. That ball is caught on the track. Bartlett tags and goes to second. That ball just kept carrying on Ellsbury, and he got back about 2 steps on the warning track and hauled it in.
And a nice job by Jason Bartlett. We've seen a couple of times where Jason has gone halfway and it not tagged up. This time he does. He made it. Carl wasn't sure. He thought he might have got it, I think, and I thought he did at first, but Jason goes halfway. Now he tags up. He realizes Ellsbury's going to make the play, and this is a good play by Jason. That's just smart base running right there. Good job.
So Bartlett's in scoring position for Ben Zobrist.
Those are little things, but they can be big things. I mean, he's already in scoring position now.
And a swing and a miss at the off-speed pitch. That changeup can be very good for Buchholz, although it's kind of interesting, Kevin, a guy who's shown in the past a good changeup. Left-handed hitters are batting .318 against him.
I know. I was shocked when I saw that. I hadn't really seen him pitch this year, but when I saw those numbers, knowing that he's got that great fadeaway changeup, that lefties are hitting him.
There's a base hit the other way for Zobrist. Bartlett's on his way to the plate. The throw will come through, but not in time. Relayed to the plate by Lowell, and the Rays are on the board on the RBI single by Ben Zobrist.
Well, Jason Bartlett put himself in scoring position, and that's why that was important. And he got a fastball up, a nice short swing by Ben. Take it right into left field. Look at that. Nice short compact swing. Nice line drive. Slick stays on top of it because the ball was high. And maybe that's why lefties are hitting him. He doesn't double up on the change.
Well, he really had Zobrist out in front on that changeup on the first pitch. And then a nice line single into left center to drive in the run for Ben. So he's at first now with one away, and here's Carlos Pena. Carlos leading the league in home runs, second in the league in runs batted in. He also leads the league in walks. And a ground ball by the mound to second. Gonzalez gets the tag, or did he? I guess he finally did. On Zobrist. Ben tried to do everything he could and still stay within his right as a base runner, and Gonzalez out of that shift put the tag on him.
And Ben Zobrist did the right thing continuing to run, because if he stops, they throw out Carlos Pena, and then Ben ends up in a rundown. So he did the right thing, knowing exactly where Gonzalez was, that if I slide to the inside of second base, like right here, it's going to be too tough for Gonzalez to tag me and try to throw out Carlos at first. Nice job by Ben Zobrist.
So Pena's at first. Pat Burrell in the batter's box. There's a strike. And now with 13 home runs, he's hitting .243. High, 1-1. Our Toyota trend for Pat Burrell, the last 15 games he's hit .351 with 12 runs batted in and 3 home runs. That's big in the middle of the Rays lineup.
That was a big hook by Buchholz too. He didn't get the call. Big overhand bender.
Time called. And Rapalano had called time.
Putting it on himself right there. Letting both managers know, and Clay Buchholz say, hey, that was on me.
So it's a 1-1 count, no pitch. You could hear Rapalano say no. That ball down, and Burrell held up. Tenth start for Buchholz with his 3-3 record. And a foul ball, a fastball pulled foul. So the count is square at 2-2. Buchholz out of Lumberton, Texas. The Red Sox got him in the 05 draft. Supplemental phase of the first round. They got him, got that selection anyway, when Pedro Martinez went to the Mets as a free agent. It's lifted up the right side and is drifting foul, slicing out of play. And look at that, a souvenir.
Had him positioned correctly.
A 2-2 count to Pat. Over to first. Back end is Pena.
Clay Buchholz had the ball in the glove. He shifted his feet, but it almost dropped the transfer into the bare hand.
Oh, he almost picked himself off.
Yeah, he did.
Pena starts. The pitch is down, and Carlos, with that early jump, goes into second, standing up.
Carlos took off as soon as Clay lifted his head up. I mean, it's tough for a right-hander anyway. When you're looking down, you're trying to peek over there to see how big of a lead. As soon as he lifted his head up, that's when Carlos took off.
So full count. Third steal for Pena this year. And there is ball 4. Now Pat Burrell takes a pitch close and walks. Yeah, Pena started and then all of a sudden thought, well, maybe I started too soon.
Maybe I'm in trouble, yeah. Well, because he saw his head come up, but his body didn't move yet. I think that's what Carlos saw. Because you watch Clay's got this routine. He'll get the sign from Martinez, and then as his head is down, and then he'll look like almost toward third base after he gets the sign. Or look kind of down like he's just locked in. Here's what I'm going to throw. Watch him get the sign. He does it with a runner at second now. First and second. Yeah, he looks down like that. See how he looks down? And then he looks up for his target.
He's up at Longoria. He swings through the fastball. Strike 1. Well, Longoria jumped on the first pitch he saw in his at bat in the 8th inning last night and hit it out of sight, connecting off Manny Del Carmen. His 26th home run of the year.
You watch Buchholz. Now he looks. He's got the sign. Now he looks down toward the ground.
He's not even sure Martinez is headed to the mound.
Yeah, no, see, he's not seeing it. So that thing by Carlos, that's by design. The Rays, I'm sure, saw video on Buchholz and said, hey, there's little idiosyncrasies we could take a base on. And I'm sure Carlos saw that. I guarantee you. There's so much video now guys look at in advanced scouting. So he gets the sign. And he looks, as soon as he starts moving his head, then he's going to go. Carlos wasn't sure. You're right. But before that, when he gets the sign, he has his head down.
Breaking ball stays inside. Carlos just anticipating that the move of the head was the beginning of his delivery.
To get the sign. Watch him get the sign here. Center field shot. There it is. Watch him get the sign. It's a little different now because he's got a runner at second, but he looks down. That's what he did with the runner at first. So you cannot see the runner at that point. As soon as your head goes toward the target, that's when Carlos took off from first base. A little different from second because he's going to do that fake look back. But if he gets in a pattern of doing that twice and going to the plate, runners at second will know that too. They'll take off for third before he even moves.
1-2 the count to Longoria. Burrell's at first. Pena's at second.
One look and goes to the plate.
And a line drive base hit up the right field line. Pena's going to score. Burrell hits third. Foley's going to stop him there on a double by Longoria. This game is tied 2-2. Evan Longoria, nice job of taking that one right down the right side, fair inside the line.
Yeah, nice hands right there by Evan, just putting the bat on the ball, putting the barrel right on the ball, centering it nicely, and just going with it. Martinez sets up way outside. The ball is a good pitch as far as location where Victor Martinez wanted it. And Evan uses his legs and then throws his hands right at it, gets through it. That's just a nice short line drive swing right there.
37th double for Longoria and his 94th run batted in. So the Rays have answered the Red Sox with 2 of their own in the bottom of the first.
I guarantee you, Davey and Carlos are talking about that right there, about stealing second. I'm telling you, pitchers can't get away with anything. I mean, there's rumors that Josh Beckett, people have been thinking Josh Beckett must be tipping his pitches. I told you last night what I thought. I just said I don't know about that, but I do know that his arm slot looked different.
Greg Zahn takes a pitch in there. A little breaking ball above the knees for a strike. Zahn's numbers: 17 games with the Rays, 17 starts, hitting .340.
Josh giving up 12 home runs in 4 games before last night. Gave up, what, a couple last night? Yeah, Crawford and Pat Burrell got him last night.
The 0-1 is bounced foul. Nothing at 2.
That's not like Josh Beckett. Josh didn't have his fastball command last night. The ball was running on him all over the place. Still throwing hard, but boy, you got to have command of the zone. And, you know, on the other side, David Price knows all about that. When he has command with the fastball, he can dominate.
This one is down. It is 1-2. Zahn overall for the year hitting .267. At .340 with the Rays.
Carlos still talking.
He's talking to the man who knows right there, Carl Crawford. Burrell in second in the league with 55 steals.
Telling you, hey, I'll show you, Carl, how to do it. You want to see a jump? There you get a jump.
Swing and a miss. Zahn out on strikes to retire the side. The Rays pick up 2. The second one coming on the double by Longoria. This game is tied at the end of 1, 2-2. Paper with one of the top 10 sports sections in the country. Subscribe to the Times, the official newspaper of the Tampa Bay Rays, by calling 877 The Times or visiting TampaBay.com. Here's Mike Lowell. Takes the first pitch and it's down a little bit. Lowell, the number 7 hitter in Terry Francona's lineup. Going to be out of play. 1-1. Rocco Baldelli next, and then Alex Gonzalez. There's Rocco on deck.
kind of weird to see the Boston across his
Sure
jersey.
is. Yeah. The pop foul back this way, and it's going to be into the upper deck. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Did Rocco get that home run ball he hit against the Phillies by chance? You know,
That's a good
World
question.
Series home run. That would be a ball I would want. You know?
Yep, absolutely.
You never know to get one again.
Bouncing ball to third. Longoria's throw to first. Lowell is out of there. 1 out. And here is Rocco Baldelli. Rocco having a nice hand. He's hitting .262 this year for Boston.
He's done a pretty good job, I'm sure, about what they expected when he does play against certain lefties.
It's one a long way, deep and gone. Rocco Baldelli turns a fastball around and hits his 7th home run of the year. That's going to make it 3-2 Boston.
No, that's why he's in the lineup. Get a chance to get a few at bats against a left-hander. Well, he jumped all over that. That was halfway up the seats in left field. He knows it. Wow. Right down the middle, right there for him.
So Baldelli puts Boston back out in front with this blast. Alex Gonzalez, the pitch is low. 1-0. Well, Rocco is hitting .299 against lefties. It's his 4th home run against left-handed pitching. Ground ball by the mound, and Zobrist at second makes the throw back to first. So 2 gone now here in the 2nd inning with a run home. Go to the top of the order. Here's Ellsbury. Takes a look at ball 1. Two and nothing.
Pretty good pitch right there.
Ross back to walk it off and think about it.
I mean, that ball's right there. Rapparuano thought it was high, but where is that? I mean, that's felt high.
And a fly ball into left. Crawford is there waiting and puts it away to retire the side. A run on the Baldelli home run. Bottom of the 2nd coming. It's 3-2 Boston.
Here's why tonight's game is so important. 29 games to go for all three teams after tonight. And as you can see, Boston has the advantage in terms of above and below 500 teams. 19 times they will play teams below 500, whereas the Rays and Rangers are closer to even split, but the Rays have the toughest schedule in terms of that. Home and away, too, the Rangers have the biggest disadvantage, more road games than home. But when you look at the Red Sox, almost even home and road, and 19 times they'll play teams under 500, guys.
Well, the Rays knew that their remaining schedule was the toughest one, although their approach was they had their fate in their own hands. They were going to play the teams that they had to catch. Gross bounces out short to first to start the bottom of the second. And in the final analysis, that's the way they wanted it to be. And so they're going to have that shot, including this game right here tonight.
Well, I think the other thing about the Rays, I mean, they play Boston and New York well. I mean, they're tougher teams. There's no question about that. But the familiarity, they've seen it so many times. They don't have any fear. And being familiar is important with this ball club. When they haven't seen a guy, that's when the Rays have been in trouble. It takes a while to adjust. So, and Texas, for the other hand, Michael Young is out for 2 weeks. That's a huge loss for them. And now Josh Hamilton is sliding into second base last night. Hurt his back. He's got a pinched nerve apparently, so he's day to day. But Michael Young is a huge loss.
Yeah, and I'm surprised that it's only 2 weeks.
Yeah, I think it's going to be more. I've talked to a couple of people in Texas yesterday, and they weren't too pleased. They're a little bit concerned about that. It could be longer.
2 strikes the count to B.J. Upton.
It's a good curveball right there by Buchholz.
1 out, bases empty.
And I guess the answer is they're going to play Chris Davis on third base, and Hank Blaylock will play first, from what I understand. Vizquel will play some third, but just kind of be their swing guy around the infield, but he's not going to be third base every day.
BJ trying to walk off that foul ball. A 2-strike count to him. Well, the Rays 9-5 against Boston. 6-2 here. Ron Porterfield will come out. Take a look at Upton there after he fouled that ball off his foot. He's having some concern about that right here.
You got the, obviously he must have got the back foot, not the left foot. That's 2-seam action right there. Yeah. That thing, boy, that thing ran in right on his hands. Good movement. Tied him up. Yeah, I got the back toe, back foot. On top of the toes and the right foot.
Well, a 2-strike count to him, and BJ's going to stay in there. Rays got the Buchholz for a couple runs in the first. They trail 3-2. And a foul ball up the right side, down into the bullpen area. Another foul the other way.
Key for BJ is getting that timing mechanism. He has that little curl and load with the left leg, is making sure that foot gets down in time.
Well, I'll tell you, that would be, if the Rays could get Upton going the way Burrell has been swinging the bat lately, and everybody else, Pena has zoned his approach down a bit as well, and that's meant great things for Carlos. Now's the time to get this offense going.
Yeah, I mean, you've got 30 games left. You got, you know, out there every day, you're still looking at 120, 130 at bats, possibly.
And it's low. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Difference in the game right now, the home run in the top of the second by Rocco Baldelli, his second home run of the year against the Rays. The 2-2 inside. So after getting ahead 0-2, Buchholz now finds a full count to B.J. Upton. And a ground ball, base hit past the diving Lowell. So Upton hit that ball well and got it to the left of Lowell. And Upton, the last few days, is showing signs of coming around at the plate.
Yeah, I've been watching the front foot just to see if he's getting it down. Let's watch the front foot. There, it's down right there. That's key right there. His load is already done right there. He got the front foot down and he's able to turn on it. Got on top of it, but enough top spin and hard enough to get through the ball.
And it's amazing because it's gone from a point where he was hardly using his lower body at all.
That's true.
And you can see the leverage involved in that sharply hit ball to left.
Yeah, it's a unique load because he really turns that foot in, but if he does it too late, the ball gets on him and gets by him.
Here's Bartlett lining one into left. Bay closing, and he reaches down to make the catch. Bay got over there to grab it for the second out as Bartlett made a bid on a line drive to left, but Bay caught it.
Your left fielder, number 13, Carl Crawford.
2 outs with Upton at first. Carl Crawford prepares to hit. Carl got hold of one in the first inning. Hit the ball deep to center field, a bit toward right center, and Ellsbury had to go all the way to the track, a couple steps deep on the track to come up with it.
Carl could surprise you with his power. How about last night, opposite field, off of Josh Beckett? We've seen Carl hit him out to right center, just like he almost did there in the first inning. And I think Carl thought he had one, and I did too from up here at first.
There goes the runner on a pitch out, a double pump, and no chance. Martinez had trouble handling it, even on the pitch out, and Upton has his 37th stolen base of the year.
Yeah, Victor had trouble on the transfer. You're right. He double clutched. Take a look right here. They called the pitch out correctly. Right there. A little hesitation on the transfer. That's all it took for BJ to get in there. Take a look one more time at the transfer. Right there. Little hesitation.
Want to know the count to Crawford. Takes one away. 2-0 off speed, the changeup. Carl hit 18 home runs in 2006. That's his high. He has 13 this year. 2 balls, no strikes. And he's under it, pops it up the other side. Lowell in foul territory makes the catch, and the Rays leave a man at second base. We're through 2. It's 3-2 Boston. wants you to make sure you think before you drink this Labor Day weekend. Drunk driving over the limit, under arrest. In the third, Dustin Pedroia set to lead off for Boston. 3-2. Red Sox lead the Rays. David Price on the hill, set to go back to work. And the pitch is in there, a strike. Price, after a 30-pitch first, made just 10 pitches in the second inning. Gave up the solo home run to Baldelli. Fly ball to right. Gross back and makes the catch. One away.
And that ball beat Dustin Pedroia. A couple good fastballs. First one was down the way paint. Dustin couldn't quite catch up with that one.
Well, he got hurt a couple times changing speeds in the first.
Yep, a couple changeups got him. 2-run double by Bay was a changeup. The single by Euclid off the wall was a changeup.
Victor Martinez. The pitch is down. Price coming off that 7 1/3 stint in Detroit. His last time he made 106 pitches. It's as deep as he's gone into a game this year.
See, he slows down the arm speed on that. He kind of guides it. You can see that. Saw that Zahn called the changeup, and you got to continue with the fast, the quick arm speed. Same, got to make it look the same. That's why J.P. Howell's so effective.
2-0 pitch is lifted into shallow center, and Upton is there and makes the catch coming in behind Bartlett. Bartlett was hustling to get out there, and Upton coming in made the grab. Every Sunday's a family fun day presented by the St. Petersburg Times. Get a ticket, Pepsi product, and a snack at just $18 starting. Coming out this Sunday, the Rays and the Tigers. The first 10,000 kids 14 and under receive a Robolos action figure presented by Southern Chevy dealers. Call 888-FAN-RAYS or visit RaysBaseball.com to get your tickets today. 1-0. That's a unique item.
He's got some pipes on him right there. Literally, I guess.
Foul out of play. 1-1. Well, I don't know if you had a chance to catch it, but there was a preview of that on the post game last night with Todd Callis, and he was having all kinds of fun with.
I heard about it.
Robolos. The 1-1. Inside, 2 balls and a strike. Well, that's just like Todd. You know, he's a couple steps ahead of all of us, and he's blazing the trail. Already has probably the prototype of Robolos. That's going to fall in front of Gross and bounces backed up by Upton, and Euclid winds up at second. That's going to be a double. Gross kind of got caught in between there and had it skip beyond him.
It looked like Gabe Gross, like it might have enough hang time. He was thinking about maybe diving for it, and then he was. I think he was thinking about diving for it, and then by the time he let up, it was too late, and the ball got by him. I think he did. I think if the dive, he's got a shot at that ball. He got caught in between there. Because it was a blooper. If it gets by him, I mean, Upton's going to be there anyway, so what's the difference? I think Gabe definitely was thinking about diving. And I think he probably would have had it.
So Euclid now at second for Jason Bay. There's the strike. It was Bay who drove in both runs in the first after 2 men had been retired. Now he has Euclid at second with 2 outs in the third inning. And again, he's been very tough with men in scoring position. Pitch away. 1-1. This one is outside, 2-1. You know, it's interesting. Remember when the Pirates had both Jason Bay and Xavier Nady, and the word last year they're going to move them, and a lot of people really thought that Nady was the guy to get. But I talked to a couple of pitchers who'd been over in the National League, and they had a lot of respect for this guy, Jason Bay. 2-2, and Bay has turned out to be such a great addition to the Red Sox.
Yeah, you know, Xavier Nady was having a career year last year. The Yankees ended up getting him, and then Bay, of course, came to Boston. Nate McLeod, their center fielder, also was moved this year, moved to the Braves. I mean, that was the most potent outfield at the time in baseball, those three guys. They had the most run production going on.
Oh, a very close pitch there. And the count is full.
Yeah, David's shaking his head, and I agree with you, David. That's a good pitch. Inside corner. Wow. That's a good pitch. Cross the knees. Yeah, absolutely. That's a money pitch right there.
Yes, it is.
You got to have it when you make it. You shouldn't have to make it twice, but unfortunately he does.
3-2. And a little tap to third, charged by Longoria. Throw to first, and Bay is out of there. So no runs. A hit, a man left. Bottom of the third coming, 3-2 Boston. By Amscott, you're okay with us. And by Publix, where shopping is a pleasure. Vince Zobrist in the batter's box, leading off the home half the third. Buchholz delivers, and a swing and a miss. Well, he's been out in front twice now to start the at-bat. Strike one.
You see, Buchholz has really good arm speed on his changeup. That's why it's so effective. It looks exactly like his fastball.
And a ground ball to second. Pedroia makes that play. One away. Rays Summer Concert Series presented by Hess Express continues Saturday. That would be September 5th when the Rays take on the Detroit Tigers. The Beach Boys will be performing a free post-game concert. Visit RaysBaseball.com to get your tickets today. Now Carlos Pena. Carlos scored a run, reached on a fielder's choice, and picked up a stolen base. His first time, lines it into center, but Ellsbury's out there, got a nice jump on that one and made a little leaping catch. And Pena's out number 2. 3 pitches, 2 outs.
You got to like the way Carlos is lining it out, though. More line drives, better backspin. That was a changeup. He stayed right on it.
You know, that's the only thing I can figure out about Buchholz. He's got this changeup, and left-handed batters hitting .318. He must leave that changeup up a little more than he wants to, and that was an example of it right there.
Yeah, because it's not, his arm speed is good. I'm really watching that. I mean, being a catcher, I love to watch these guys that have the great changeups, and you know, that's why it's so fun to watch J.P. Howell, how hitters get fooled. But he's got good arm speed. It looks the same as his fastball. But you're right. If the location's up, you still got a chance to hit it.
1-1 the count to Pat Burrell. Buchholz at 07 had the no-hitter against Baltimore. And this past May at Pawtucket, he had a perfect game against Louisville on the road for 8 innings.
Yeah, it's interesting because, you know, they let John Smoltz go, they let Brad Penny go, and they decided to go young in their rotation, yet they're in a pennant race.
Yeah.
You know, they got Lester and Beckett, but their back end is inexperienced. I mean, Tazawa is now in the bullpen, at least this series, but you know, Wakefield, you don't know. He came back and he got hurt again. But right now, Buchholz is their 3 starter. He's a young guy.
Well, that's a great point because of the some of the criticism leveled at the Rays for the Kazmir deal.
That's my point.
And
so you know me too well. You know exactly where
right
I'm going.
But I think you're right. I mean, here's this Boston club. You know, they've made some decisions, and they've got Buchholz.
Well, you let
this is a big game.
You didn't wait on a future Hall of Famer that has pitched great in St. Louis.
3-2 popped up right side. Pedroia out from second base, handles that. It's a 1-2-3 inning. So we're through 3 with the score 3-2 Boston. Take a look at tonight's Cabot Woodstain's legendary performance. Evan Longoria now with 27 runs batted in versus Boston this year. That's the 5th most in a single season versus Red Sox pitching since all the way back in 1954. He unloaded the home run in the 8th inning of last night's game. And Longoria doubled in a run his first time up tonight. Here's David Ortiz leading off. Ortiz, Lowell, and Baldelli. A pitch is a strike. Ortiz out on strikes his first time, and now Longoria is going to shift beyond the normal shortstop spot. Shaded to his left a little bit. Fastball is fouled back as the Rays have the radical shift on. Zobrist, who spent time in right field, started tonight at second base. He's back in right field now, and short right.
Say, isn't he? He's playing right again.
1 ball, 2 strikes to Big Poppy. A ball, 2 strikes. Here it is from Price, and it's lifted into not too deep left center. Coming in is Crawford, and he makes the catch. 1 away. Time for our Aflac trivia question now. Since 1954, what opposing player has the most runs batted in versus the Red Sox in a single season? Longoria might have a shot before it's all over. That's our Aflac trivia question. Now Mike Lowell takes a pitch too high. 1-0. Lowell out his first time on a ground ball. 1-1 to count.
That's a good pitch right there.
Two balls and a strike. You know, back to the topic of Buchholz pitching tonight. Here's a young guy, and you're right, the Red Sox did forego a couple of veterans, and they've decided to go this way with Buchholz. Foul ball back, and you know, here's Sunday. The Rays are going to send Wade Davis to the mound against the Tigers. He'll be making his big league debut.
That's right. Yeah, I mean, I looked at Brad Penny last night. It wasn't that Brad was throwing badly. He was throwing 95 miles an hour. Having a tough time as far as ERA, but he goes to Philadelphia, the Giants.
Fly ball back into left center field. Crawford on the run. He's going to make the catch in front of the track. 2 outs.
You know, Brad Penny goes back to the National League, and all he does is put up 8 zeros against the Phillies in Philadelphia.
Yeah. In that ballpark against that lineup.
Against that lineup, a good fastball hitting lineup. So, you know, they let 2 guys go that are pitching great in the National League because they felt that Buchholz was the guy.
By the way, you saw that little reminder. We'll be with you tomorrow on Sun Sports, and that's a great matchup. Jeff Neiman against Justin Verlander tomorrow night. There's a strike to Rocco.
And the guy right there, to me, Jeff Neiman, who started pitching as number 5, the number 5 starter, really has pitched the most consistent for me of anybody.
Baldelli lifts the fly ball to right. Gross tracks this one and makes the catch. It's a 1-2-3 fourth. We'll go to the home half of the inning, and it's 3-2 Boston. Question since 1954. Which opposing player has the most RBIs versus the Red Sox in a single season? And the answer is, speaking of the Tigers coming in tomorrow, Al Kaline in 1959 drove in 29 runs against the Red Sox. Looking at the top 5, including Evan Longoria now.
That's a pretty good name to be compared with.
Yes, it is, isn't it? How's that?
And what a good guy. Nice man.
That list again. Right now, Evans chasing Mickey Mantle on the RBI list against the Red Sox.
Well, the Hall of Famers right there.
Line drive and a base hit into left center field. Bay's going to cut it off, and Evans going to go for 2. The throw is not in time. That's a double for Evan Longoria. His second double of the night and his 38th of the year.
That's a big-time hustle double right there, too, right out of the box. Making the defense make a play. Fastball, he goes down and gets it. And he's running hard right out of the box. He's thinking it's in the gap. It looks like a sure single, not a sure double. As Bay gets to it, does a full 360, gets back in quickly with the ball. That's hustle right there. Nice job, Evan.
Evan head first and hanging on to the corner of the bag. Now here's Greg Zahn. He takes a strike down around the knees. Zahn came into this game 4 out of 10 with men in scoring position since coming to the Rays. Overall at 266 now.
Pretty good at turning them on the ball to the right side, too. He certainly knows the situation.
He takes one inside. 1-1. With that in mind, you can see him start to open up a little bit there in that stance.
Exactly. He knows his job is to hit the ball to the right side. If he gets a base hit, great, but at least get Evan Longoria the tying run over to third base with Gabe Gross on deck.
And he chops this one third base side fair up the left field line. Longoria is going to score. John's on his way to second with a double. This game is tied. Well, if you can't move the guy to third, you just drive him in with a little chopper over the head of the third baseman. That's what Zahn just did. It's a 3-3 ball game.
Yeah, he wants to crack a smile there, you know it. Better to be lucky than good. Little check swing right here, really. Little. He just flicked his wrist. Actually didn't check his swing. He swung at it, but he was pretty late on it. And Lowell actually was even with the bag because he's thinking just in case Zahn tries to bunt to get the runner over, I have to play up with the bag, and that because of that, Zahn was able to get over his head.
That's for all those times when you hit a line drive right at somebody.
That's right. Isn't that the truth? Lowell's going, what was that?
So now Zahn is aboard at second in a tie game. Here's Gabe Gross. Gross takes a fastball. That's a strike.
The situation, you use one of your out pitches, which is his changeup here. It might be effective, but if you make contact on a left-handed hitter here, you're most likely to pull it. So we'll see if he stays hard. He tries to stay hard on. Yeah, he is going to go hard, I think.
And a bouncer foul.
Breaking ball wasn't a changeup, but it was the breaker.
Two strikes the count to Gabe.
That's what was interesting to me last night when Burrell got to hit the right field. They were trying to go away twice, and he went with it.
Went right that way with it.
Yeah, it really did him a favor. But thinking, are they thinking he's going to try to hit a 2-run home run there?
Took a shot in with a fastball, a little close. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Gets the sign, and he likes to look down.
It's down and in again.
And I'm sure all that is that habit that Buchholz has. It's just a concentration habit is what he's doing. He gets the sign from his catcher, and then he looks straight down. And again, when you're on first base, he can't see you over there once he does that. He's getting the sign now. And he's going to look down. Right there. See, that's when Carlos took off. Right when his head starts lifting, that's when Carlos took off. Second base, it's different, of course. He takes a peek.
Fly ball lifted toward left center. Bay is there to make the catch. And Zahn must remain at second base. So Gross lifts a fly ball to the left fielder. One out.
Your center fielder, number 2.
Yeah, Gabe's certainly not happy with himself there. Not a productive out. He knows his job is to try to pull the ball to the right side. And now BJ, it forces him to have to get a base hit to drive the run in. All about execution, situational baseball.
Well, let's see what BJ can do. Things have looked better for him in recent at bats.
Sure have.
And a base hit his first time. Stung the ball to the left of Mike Lowell. Pitch is down. 1-0. When that happens, I mean, I've always felt, I don't know if it's just me or not, but there's a certain sense of a hitter when you watch him, when he starts to get hot.
Oh, yeah, it's a different aura. You can tell. He's definitely getting his foot down in time.
That's a strike, and the count goes to 1-1 now. You start to see those little things that good hitters do.
You know, it's funny. I was talking to Cito Gaston yesterday, I guess it was, about Josh Hamilton, and you and I were talking about Josh here, how he was in between. Was he getting his foot down? He said that was exactly my scouting report. That's what I told our guys. And then when we saw him, he started getting the foot down. He hit a couple of home runs. But he said that was our reports too. It's all about getting that foot down in time, whatever way you like to load.
Have to strike down around the knees.
No, that's why
bend to it.
Rudy Jaramillo's style in Texas, the hitting coach there, he's a big leg kick guy. Juan Gonzalez did it for a while. Pudge Rodriguez did it, and you know that's a big time timing mechanism. You can catch a guy that foot in the air or drifting, they won't be able to catch up. But with Rudy's style, it takes a lot of work to get used to that.
1-2, swing and a miss, and Upton is out on strikes. Fastball tied him up a little bit there.
Yeah, that's just good movement right there by Buchholz. That's a money pitch right there.
You know,
look at that. Look at us running in on him. That's just a great pitch.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, he really did. He tied him up. I really think that, Kevin, that we all, you see hitters when they're swinging the bat well, and you have a little photo in your mind of what they look like then, and when you start to see that come back, you recognize that.
That's right.
Jason Bartlett.
Well,
pitch is down, 1-0.
You know, being a catcher all my life, I'm always looking at pitchers, so that's all I used to see. That's why I recognized Beckett's arm slot yesterday, because the last time I had my mental picture of him, and I like him. I've always been a promoter of him. And I just think he's a big-time pitcher, but I just saw a different arm slot.
That's a strike, and it's a pretty good pitch right there, too. So the young right-hander here, Buchholz, is 25. He's made a couple very good pitches to Upton and Bartlett.
He's got nasty stuff. He's going to be one heck of a pitcher, this kid. He's got a good curve, great changeup, and movement on his fastball. That ball to BJ ran in about 6 inches off the plate.
He just missed with one there. Late break.
Yeah.
2 balls and a strike. We're in the bottom of the 4th. Rays with a run to tie the game.
watch Jason's load. See, it's very slight, but everybody loads a little bit, gets the weight in the back leg going down, feeling the ground. It's not leaning back, it's just, that makes you stay back. But watch Jason, see, he's very short and compact with his swing. Very, very short stride with that front leg, and the weight stays in the back leg, and then there's a weight transfer from the backside through the baseball. That's what gets the hands through quickly.
3-1 now. And a ground ball to third, played to the left. Lowell picks it up and throws, and that retires the side. Rays get a run. They tie it on a couple of two-base hits through 4, 3-3. The games for the Cubs was famous for hat shots. That was an award-winning shot right there.
Nice. Oh, that was a good one. I like that. See what I did. See what I did to my bench coaches. Drove them right out of the game and into the stands.
Well, is that green?
That's nice.
You made them green with envy. Is what you did. Gonzalez fouls it back.
Well, they all did want to manage. They all did want my job.
Yeah, well, of course.
I knew that.
All right. Well, you know, he's trying to coordinate that with some Rays colors.
Uh-oh, he's getting a call. He knows that his friends are calling now saying, hey, they're talking about you.
His hair's color coordinated with the Rays jersey. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Hey, it's fun at the ballpark.
Yes, it is. That's great. I love that.
I do, too.
That's great stuff.
2 more people tonight, too, I believe.
The color and pageantry of Major League Baseball right there. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Big inning right here for David. Got to put a 0 up there because every time the Rays get back, Boston comes right back at him. So you got to put a 0 up here, right here. Keep the momentum on the Rays side.
2-2. And the foul ball back. So it's a 2-2 to Gonzalez. Dick Vitale is here tonight, by the way. And that's what averages. That's what averages are all about right there. So the opening shot here of the 5th inning, and there's our good buddy Dick Vitale.
Yeah. Still in Sarasota, isn't he?
He is, yeah. That's foul. So the count is still 2-2.
Dick used to show up when I was managing the Rangers. We trained in Port Charlotte, where the Rays have that beautiful complex now.
Yeah.
Dick used to come out once in a while. Let him take batting practice once. He hurt himself. No.
No, he's out on strikes. Gonzalez. Hey, speaking of color and pageantry, we haven't heard from Todd lately. Todd, where are you?
I am up in my little perch here with all this beautiful blue color and pageantry behind me. You know, it's not a website Wednesday, guys, but we have had a lot of questions on Wednesdays about what's on David Price's glove. He has a couple of dates on his glove on his right hand, and there you see it, 4/24 of 08, 8/17/07. And what it is for Price, it's just his way of showing his tribute to former teammates and friends Nathan Stevens and Tyler Morrissey, both who passed away at a far too early age. And David's one of those great guys. His family brought him up the right way, Bonnie and Debbie Price. You can find out more if you go on to fsfloridatv.com, and you can watch Inside the Rays with Price the next 2 nights after our games with the Tigers. But he wanted to make sure last year during the playoffs he had lived like Nate on his glove, and this year he has put both of those dates on his glove to keep his friends in his memory when he's on the mound, guys.
All right, that's great insight.
Yeah.
There's ball 3 to Ellsbury. And check your listings, because not only the one on David Price, Inside the Rays, Vince Zobrist has one coming up. And those are great programs.
Yeah, I love those. I think they're really pretty cool.
There's the strike. And Vince Zobrist is the subject of the next one that'll be premiering Tuesday after our telecast from New York. And ball 4 is inside. And I'll tell you, you really get some insight into what these guys are like. The one on David Price was great. His folks are just great people. Vince Zobrist, you can tell by the way he plays the game where he comes from, and you will really enjoy the next one as well on Vince Zobrist coming up Tuesday.
Yeah, you know, it's funny, we see the end product, a guy like David Price in the big leagues or Ben Zobrist, and you go, well, it must have been easy, especially for David, #1. But no, I mean, there's times when you think about quitting when you're in college. Or I remember playing with Oral Hershiser in the minor leagues in AAA before he became a big league pitcher. And when I went over to the Dodger organization, my roommate Greg Brock, first baseman, said, you know, that Oral quit last year in AA. He didn't think he could play pro ball. He was done. Yep. And they convinced him to come back, and you know the rest of the story.
1-0 pitch lifted back into left center field. That's Crawford, and Upton crisscrossing. Crawford makes the catch. Upton is down and in some pain on the warning track. Pedroia is out on the catch made by Crawford. Ellsbury holds it first, and Upton is down on the warning track. There was that collision, the glancing blow, and Upton is in obvious pain. Ron Porterfield, the Rays head trainer, out there running to Upton.
Oh, man.
He's looking at the left ankle.
Oh, he's in some kind of pain on that, too. Let's take a look.
At the very least, turn that ankle, maybe more.
Oh, right there. Ouch. Oh, man. Oh, he did roll that ankle, that left ankle. Pretty bad.
So the Rays have sustained the injury here to B.J. Upton, his left ankle. We'll take a break and be right back. And so the fact that he can do this is a good sign, because there for a while you were really fearful that it was much worse than it appears to be, and he's going to leave the game. How about that? Here's a guy who back in the second inning fouled that ball off his right foot and was in pain, and now it's his left ankle. And so BJ slowly makes his way across the outfield, accompanied by Ron Porterfield, the Rays head trainer. And the Rays now will move Ben Zobrist in to play center field. And Akadori Iwamura, who had tweaked an ankle in last night's game, is in there at second base now. So Aki off the bench to play second, and Zobrist goes into center.
Yeah, I agree with you. The fact that BJ, I saw him shaking his head. I think they asked him if he wanted, some help or even a stretcher for that matter. And he shook his head. He wanted to walk off on his own there, and he's doing that, of course. Well, that's a good sign. Wow, take a look at this. Take a look at his left ankle as Carl catches the ball. Watch this, right? And he comes down right there. Oh, man. It drops him. That's one of those balls, too. You say, well, why wasn't there communication? It gets loud in here, and both guys have a beat on it. Normally, it's the center fielder's ball. He has priority over any outfielder if he can get to it and definitely call it. But it was right in between the two, and you got two of the fastest men on the field out there, and Carl ends up making the catch.
So Ellsbury's still at first, 2 outs. Victor Martinez becomes the hitter. Over to first, and there was glancing contact, but the way he came down, I mean, that could have been on any running catch that he attempted to make, even without contact with another defender out there.
Well, that's exactly right. The contact, it didn't look bad. It was the landing that got him on the track out there.
Well, let's hope, and it certainly did not appear. The fact that he could walk off didn't appear as bad as we had feared early.
You got to get that iced immediately to get the swelling from coming up too big. That's why he comes out of the game immediately.
Well, the runner goes, the pitch way high, and a steal standing up for Ellsbury. That's his 57th. Well, and I mean, you don't want to see anybody sustain any kind of injury, but there's BJ's situation where he started to show some signs at the plate that he was.
Yeah, he really
was
did.
Finding where he wanted to be offensively, and now he sustains the injury to the left ankle. That's just unfortunate there.
Well, last night he had that bunt he executed. He lined out to center. He doubled the left. He was really starting to swing the bat, get some backspin. He hit the fly ball to right. I mean, he was starting to get through the ball better. We were talking about his front foot getting down in time. He got the base hit tonight to left field, and now this. Well, it's good you got depth. That's one thing for Joe Madden. You got a guy like Ben Zobrist who hasn't played center. He can play center, but hasn't played in a while. You just go out to center field now.
Yep. Wow. 1-0 the count. That's fastball in for a strike. The count is 1-1, and that's one thing that Madden attempted to do from the very outset when he took over as the manager of this club, is to develop some depth through versatility.
So important for a manager. I mean, many times Joe's gone with a 3-man bench, and one of those guys has to be a catcher. So you've got to have guys like Ben Zobrist on your ball club who can play for several positions and effectively too, not just play. He can play. I mean, he's just not a position out there. We saw him make 3 great catches in right field in 1 inning last night.
A 1-1. Fouled away. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Martinez singled back in the first and scored a run. He's 1 for 2. foul over DeMarlo Hale's head. And that one just short of being a souvenir down there. Boston scored 2 in the first. The Rays scored 2 in the first. Boston scored 1 in the second. The Rays scored 1 in the fourth. We're in the top of the fifth. 2 outs. Ellsbury at second. A 1-2 count to Victor Martinez. And it's low and rolls in behind Zahn, and over to third base goes Ellsbury. Ellsbury very alert. Moves up. That's a wild pitch.
Well, Greg wasn't able to turn his glove over. Watch, he backhands. If he turns his glove over, he's got that. So really, for me, that's a pass ball. Even though David was a little bit wild with the location, Greg was sitting outside, and he's excellent at receiving balls. But really, that's a ball that Zahn will tell you, I should have caught that, because he didn't turn the glove over the other way, and the ball cut on him, so it just ran away from him.
2-2. Fly ball lifted toward right center field. Zobrist is there, and he makes the catch to retire the side. A walk and a man left. We go to the bottom of the fifth, tied 3-3. By Ben Zobrist, and a 2-base hit from Evan Longoria in their half of the first. That tied the game. Then Rocco Baldelli teed off in the second inning to make it 3-2. Rays got doubles from Longoria and Greg Zahn in the bottom of the fourth inning. This chopper over Lowell's head for 2 bases. That tied the game, and we're 3-3 here in the bottom of the fifth. Carl Crawford shortens on the bat, drawing Lowell in, taking the pitch for a ball. Boy, that's an interesting move by Crawford. He has 0 bunt hits this year. But boy, if he could pull that third baseman in occasionally, he'd have even more hits than he has already.
You know, he squared around so early that Lowell was charging. He could have pushed one by him.
Yeah.
If he had a strike to work with.
2-0 the count to Carl. And that's the amazing thing here. As good as Crawford is, there are things that he could further accelerate in his game that would make him even better than he is right now.
Yeah, that's amazing. No bunt base hits.
Yep.
That kind of speed, and he's having a fabulous year.
2-1, a little tap by the mound, picked up by Gonzalez, and the throw to first, got him. Gonzalez to Euclid.
Because of Carl's speed, Gonzalez shortens up anyway at shortstop. He wasn't playing very deep. He got burned the other night on one of these, and this time he just gets rid of it. Look at, by the time he gets it, he's on the edge of the grass. Gets a strike over there. That's a nice play. That's why the Red Sox got him. They love his defense. They wanted a veteran defensive shortstop, and they got him.
Well, they've had a lot of concern at shortstop. They've had injuries and spotty play. And now Gonzalez has come over from the National League. He'd been with the Reds over there. And a nice play to get Crawford.
Well, that's the other thing that great speed does is the infielders have to play in more. I mean, sometimes you look up there, it's almost like they're playing double play depth.
Zobrist taps one first base side, fair, and into the bag. Buchholz makes the play unassisted. Yeah, there was a little bumping going on down there as Zobrist tried to find the bag.
And Ben thought he was safe. Let's take a look at this play by Buchholz. Does he tag Ben? Does he hit the bag? He glides with Euclid. Zobrist. Wow. I think Zobrist got his right foot in there. Let's see again. Did he get it ahead of time? No, you know what? I think Buchholz beat him on that angle. Just barely.
And that's some great effort there. Guys clawing their way and racing their way to the bag. And I think Schreiber got it right.
I do too. Paul was right on it too. That was a good shot you had, guys, overhead there.
Well, we're getting some great shots in this series. Good work.
Good hustle by Ben, and you know, Buchholz made a nice play too.
There's Carlos Pena. Pitch is down. 1-0. Pena has scored a run tonight. His 89th run scored of the year to go with 98 runs batted in. Two balls, no strikes. Well, that's one thing Zobrist does all the time, is hustle.
Oh, he does. And that was a little routine ground ball, and he made it, I mean, within an eyelash, really.
2-0 the count. Well, that's the way the game should be played, and that's just standard operating procedure for Ben Zobrist. Well, we've both seen hitters still in the batter's box on a little roller like that to first.
Absolutely.
Pena takes a strike. It's 3-1.
I don't think Carl thought he would see one right down the middle. Usually he doesn't. Can't blame him. Might see a change up now. 3-1. Good time for it. There's the sign, the wiggle of fingers. He shook it off. Buchholz shook it off, going to the two-seamer.
And that's a strike. The count goes full. Two years and 2 days ago, Clay Buchholz was throwing a no-hitter as a rookie against the Baltimore Orioles.
And he's calling his own game. I watched him tonight. He's shaking off a lot of pitches that Victor Martinez calls. Victor's trying to go to that changeup again. This time he agrees with him.
And a chopper right side. Euclid's back. Buchholz covers. A little more routine on that play. 1, 2, 3. Go the Rays. We go to the 6th inning, tied 3-3. 25 years, the St. Petersburg Times has been a part of the Tampa Bay community. From investigative journalism to award-winning sports coverage, the Times, Tampa Bay's newspaper of choice. Subscribe by calling 877-THE-TIMES or visiting TampaBay.com. First pitch is a strike to Kevin Youkilis. Youkilis has a single and a double in this game. A little bit wide. It's 1-1. 5 innings for Price tonight. 3 runs, 5 hits allowed, a couple strikeouts, a walk in the mix. Wild pitch and a home run. There's a strike, and it's 1-2.
Yeah, Kevin hadn't seen one of those yet. Looks like his slider right there. Another one.
And still 1-2. Price up around 90 pitches now. May next, then Ortiz. All 2-2. The Rays bullpen is busy as we begin the 6th inning. The bullpen has been very busy the last 2 nights. Russ Springer, the right-hander, and Brian Schaus, the lefty, go to work.
Now you got to pull out all stops to win this game and pick up the game. It's a 2-game swing playing the Red Sox.
Foul back. Even after 5, 3-3. 2-2 the count here in the 6th inning to Youkilis leading off.
And you worry about the Tigers tomorrow night. This is a game you got to have to get back to 4 out in the wild card.
And a looper into short center field. That's in there for a base hit. Zobrist in to make the pickup. So Youkilis is 3 for 3. He continues to be red hot. He has half of the Boston hits tonight.
Yeah, he'll take it. He fought it off, got inside it. You look at the wild card standings. The Rangers idle today on their way to Baltimore. They're 2.5 out, and the Rays, boy, it's a big 2-game swing, Dwayne. They could be 4 out or 6 out after tonight.
Exactly right. Rays dropped the first game 8-4, won last night 8-5. Tied 3-3 tonight. Here's Jason Bay.
Oh, that's a good pitch. Man.
1-0 the count. And Rampolano said it was low.
See, David hasn't shown too much emotion, but on about 3 pitches, and I agree with him, that's a good pitch. Is this at the knees or not? Yes, it is.
Yeah.
I mean, you've got to have that in the big leagues.
2-0 to count. I'll tell you, you're right. And he missed strike 3 on Bay back in the 3rd inning. Bay grounded out on the next pitch, but boy, that.
I mean, you're sitting 1-1 now instead of 2-0. I mean, that's what you're supposed to. I mean, you teach a guy to pitch there. You tell him you got to have better fastball command, and you miss the first pitch. I mean, Jim Hickey knows it because you can see height from the bench. You can't see width, but you can see if it crosses the knees or not.
Now it's a 3-0 count.
Hey, the American League East, the East is tough enough without, not getting the pitches when you make them. It's a club that doesn't need any help.
3-0. And ball 4. So that's going to push Youkilis up to second, and Bay goes to first with the walk. Second walk. One coming in the 5th and one in the 6th. Zahn goes to the mound, and Jim Hickey's on his way out there. The hitter is going to be David Ortiz with the bases, with runners at first and second and nobody out. First 2 hitters aboard. If you're traveling and can't watch the Rays, you can always catch the game on your computer with MLB.TV. The ultimate baseball experience features 100 out-of-market games every week live on your computer, and catch those games you missed on demand. For more details, visit RaysBaseball.com, where baseball is always on. Well, now we face a crucial spot in this game. 2 men on with nobody out, and Big Papi at the plate. He has struck out last time, flied out to left. And there's a strike, an opening fastball. Price threw fastballs by him in the first and struck him out.
And he popped him up in the fourth to left field and a fastball in. And I like that they let him pitch to Ortiz. You know, this is your guy that has the best stuff. Lefty on lefty right here, David Price.
Upstairs. 1-1.
He's got the best chance to get a fly out to left or even a strikeout, even better. Got to slow himself down and make pitches right here. Crucial at bat right here.
1 ball, 1 strike. And he gets that one by him. Fastball, 1-2.
You got a strikeout pitcher, and that's exactly what you're looking for right there. Fastball up and away from David. He couldn't catch up with it. There's a leg kick. Talking about getting the front foot down. He's got that hitch and a leg kick, and he couldn't get it down in time that time. The ball was by him before that front foot landed.
The 1-2. And a foul ball back. Got a little piece of it. Staying alive. He's trying to turn it up a little bit there.
Yeah, he is. He sure is. Well, he knew the one before got by him, so he tried to quicken it up a little bit.
Again, the 1-2 pitch. And it's away. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
That's plenty away right there. That's a good 7 inches off the outside corner.
Two and two. It's fouled the other way out of play. Another fastball.
Yeah, a lot of balls away. I mean, if he can make a pitch, you might want to try to get up and in on him now. But it's got to be up. He can drop the head on that ball down. He did right there. He almost shot a ball down the left field line. Would have been a double. I like to see him really turn it up a notch and go right under his hands and try to punch him out.
Bay first, Euclid second. 2-2. And a high fly ball back to center field. Zobrist is there to make the catch. Tag. Euclid is headed to third. Holding at first is Bay. As Ortiz drives a fly ball to center field. So runners first and third, 1 out. Let's check in with Todd Callis.
Wayne, quick update on the injury to B.J. Upton. Not as severe as it initially looked. It is a grade 1 sprained ankle. He is day to day. They took x-rays. X-rays are negative, so good news for B.J. Upton, guys.
All right, well, the idea that he walked off the field under his own power, very encouraging, and so is that report. Now the Rays are going to make a pitching change. Call to the bullpen. Brought to you by Metro PCS. Unlimit yourself. 104 pitches for Price in 5 1/3. 63 of those were strikes. Russ Springer, the new pitcher, as he faces Mike Lowell with men on the corners. And a fly ball center field. Zobrist backs up. Euclid will tag the catch. The throw comes into second, and that's going to make it 4-3. So Lowell delivers a sacrifice fly. His 67th run batted in of the year, and the Red Sox take a 1-run lead.
Yeah, not exactly the ground ball pitch they were looking for. Got a ball up in the zone, will take the out, but the job is executed by Lowell. He does exactly what he was hoping to do, get the ball in the air deep enough for the sac fly. See the pitch, it's up. That's not where Springer wanted it. It's just belled high and perfect for the sac fly.
Here's Rocco Baldelli. He fouls one back, and Rocco had a pretty good cut at that fastball.
Yeah, that ball was up too.
He had a pitch to hit there. Strike one. And another busy year for Russ Springer. It's up.
Still throws hard though, doesn't he?
Yes, he does. He's something else. 1-1 the count. Springer was in last night's game. He was the only regular member of the bullpen not in Tuesday's game. And a high pop fly. Here comes Zobrist in, shallow center, and he makes the catch to retire the side. A run scores. We go to the bottom half of inning 6 now. 4-3 Boston. Toyota and by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% on car insurance. Visit us at geico.com or call 1-800-947-AUTO. Pat Burrell stepping in to open the bottom of the 6th inning. Clay Buchholz delivers a breaking ball, and that's high. Burrell, Longoria, and Zahn due up for the Rays. They're down by a run. Pat 0 for 1 with a walk. He's under it, pops it up. Foul ball. Martinez away with the mask, and he makes the catch. That is out number 1. Place your reservation for 2010 Rays season tickets. Ensure the best seats, biggest savings, and all the great benefits, including the opportunity to purchase 2009 postseason ticket packages for a limited time. Call 888-FAN-RAYS or visit RaysBaseball.com today. Here's Evan Longoria. He's 2 for 2 tonight. Couple of 2-base hits. There's a run batted in and a run scored. And the pitch is a strike. Colts misses inside. Our checkers doubles of the game. In the first, it drove in a run up the right side. It opened the bottom of the fourth, and Longoria eventually scored. Just a little piece of that pitch foul at the feet of Victor Martinez, and the count is 1-2. Boston with a run in the top half of the inning to take a 4-3 lead. Two and two.
Now the fact that the Red Sox have Billy Wagner up tells you that he's going to come in the game. They don't get him up unless he's going to come in. They won't sit him down and get him back up the second time.
And that's a strike on the inside part of the plate. That off speed, the changeup got him looking. 2 outs here in the 6th. As we take a look at our Buick Pontiac GMC dealers road ahead. Tigers in tomorrow, and Jeff Neiman will oppose Justin Verlander. That's the start of that series, and boy, what a pitching matchup.
Jeff, I think, like I said earlier, I think he's been the most consistent starter every 5 days all season long, really.
Now Zahn. That's a first pitch fastball taken for a strike. Ray scored 2 runs in the first and another run in the fourth. That run was driven home on the chopping 2-base hit by Zahn. 1 ball, 1 strike.
A couple of lefties to follow with Gross and Aki. So Billy Wagner would be ready for those guys. Here's Gabe.
There's Wagner down there in the bullpen. 1 and 2. Chad Bradford is throwing in the bullpen for the Rays.
Although, you know, Buckholz has retired 8 in a row. It's that chopper that Zahn hit over Lowell's head in the 4th inning.
This is away. 2 and 2.
But when you've got the #1 bullpen in the American League and you've got a lead, you can get 9 outs out of your bullpen.
The 2-2. Ground ball by the mound, headed to short. Gonzalez with a lot of time and makes the play. It's a 1-2-3-6. We'll go to the 7th. 4-3 Boston. Field with Kevin Kennedy and Todd Callis. Dwayne Stats with you. Great to have you looking in again tonight. 1-run ball game, 4-3 Boston, and Brian Schaus is pitcher number 3 for Joe Madden and Jim Hickey. Alex Gonzalez takes the first pitch from Schaus, and that's a strike. Gonzalez has grounded to second and struck out his last time up. 0-2. Schaus was in the first game of this series. One and two. So Schaus has pitched in 3 of the last 4 days. Bullpen has been busy, and as the Rays battle to stay alive in the wild card race, it will continue to be busy.
Yeah, Joe Madden thinking we can't give up any more runs with that bullpen of the Red Sox out, so he's got people behind Brian Schaus.
A 2-2 count to Gonzalez. Chop third base, fair ball, and Longoria's throws in time. So Schaus retires Alex Gonzalez.
Yeah,
One away.
Evan made sure he charged that ball and kept it fair because he knew he had an arm to get Gonzalez out. That ball was supposed to go in foul, but he thought the way he charged it, he had enough time to make the play, and he did. Nice play. Take a look right here. He's charging this. Watch him try to keep it fair. See right there, and Joe West right there makes the call. It's fair.
Now Schaus facing the left-handed hitting Jacoby Ellsbury, who bunts. That's a foul ball. Off the feet of Greg Zahn. Strike one.
Boy, you know, you hate to pick on the umpires, but you miss a couple of key strikes in key situations, especially against this team. Could be the difference in the game. You know, we were talking in the break about that Jason Bay, that one that David threw. That was a strike.
Yep, sure was. It turned that at bat around. They walked.
I mean, because you can't throw him a cookie 2-0. I mean, it should have been a 1-1 count. Should have been strike 1 to start it, then a 1-1 count at worst. But you know, you're hitting 1-1 versus Jason Bay versus 2-0. Now David has to be careful because he's got 30 home runs and he ends up walking them. And
there's a line drive, base hit into left. Crawford cuts it off to hold Ellsbury to a base hit. So Schaus got Gonzalez, but Ellsbury singles off him. First hit for Ellsbury tonight. And Joe Madden's out of the dugout again. So he's going to go to the bullpen with Dustin Pedroia due up. We'll be back with the 4th race pitcher in a moment. Detroit Tigers on beach night. You can have fun and join us for a free post-game concert with the Beach Boys. Visit RaysBaseball.com to get your tickets today. Chad Bradford, the new pitcher for the Rays, their 4th of the night. Got a man at first with 1 out. Dustin Pedroia stepping in. Runner takes off. The pitch is a strike, and the throw is not in time. Ellsbury has his 2nd steal of the night. That gives him 58 on the year.
Had a good jump, really good jump right there. I mean, he reads him really well. And it's on. Made a nice throw, but no chance. Good release. Quick feet, throws a strike down there. No chance.
And a liner into right. That is a base hit. Over to third goes Ellsbury. A soft line drive that drops in front of Gross, and Pedroia has his first hit of the night and his first hit of this series.
Yeah, but Pedroia's been going to right field. That's a slider. Comes up and away to Dustin. He just short hops Gabe Gross right there. Now, if he lays out, he might catch it, but if he missed it, of course, it's a run in and probably a triple for Pedroia.
So the Red Sox have a major threat. Victor Martinez now to face Chad Bradford. Of course, what Joe Madden's thinking here, Bradford's a ground ball guy.
That's right.
And he's looking for a ground ball here from Victor Martinez, trying to get a double play.
And I think Gabe Gross is thinking the same thing. He'll keep the double play in order. If he dives for it, he might catch it, but if he doesn't, it could be a huge inning for the Red Sox.
And a ground ball chopped over Pena's head into right. Ellsbury scores. Pedroia will go to third, throw back to first, and the runner Martinez is back in there. He chopped one right over Pena's head. Hit it on the ground, but one big chop too many, and now it's 5-3.
Yeah, right out in front of the plate. Carlos timed it the best he could. Yeah, right out in front of the plate. Nothing Carlos could do other than what he just saw.
So first and third again. Kevin Youkilis is the hitter. And a ground ball. Bartlett's right, backhands out at second. Safe at first, another run scored. Pedroia crosses the plate. Youkilis will get credit for a run batted in, and that makes it 6-3. The ball just a little bit too much to the right of Bartlett to get to.
Yeah, and Kevin hustles. He knows he's got a chance for an RBI, and if it's 2, the inning's over. Good feed, good turn. It's good hustle by Youkilis as well.
Now Jason Bay. And he takes a strike. So Boston opening a 3-run lead here in the 7th inning. A couple of hits allowed by Bradford. The soft sinking line drive to right by Pedroia. The chopping base hit by Martinez. Got a ground ball from Youkilis, but it was too far to the right of Bartlett to really get a double play on.
And not hit hard enough either.
Yep. 2 outs, 1-2 the count to Bay. the left side. That's going to be a fair ball. Head back toward the corner. Crawford plays it out of the corner. Over to third goes Euclid. That's going to be a double for Jason Bay. His second double of the game.
He does hit with men on. He got his hands inside on that pitch. Well, look at this pitch right here. Runs in off the plate, and he gets his hands inside it and keeps it fair because of that. Didn't hook it foul. That was a good 6 inches off the inside corner.
And now the Red Sox with men at second and third. First base open. The Rays will walk David Ortiz intentionally. Mike Lowell, the right-handed bat, due next. And there's ball 4. So the bases are loaded, and Mike Lowell will be the hitter. Hole 1 of 8 with a strikeout lifetime against Chad Bradford. That's a strike. That soft pitch comes in for strike 2. 0-2.
Look at this. Look at this floater right in there. Wow. Right on the inside corner. Good pitch.
And a high popper. Short left. Bartlett out under the ball, and he's got it to retire the side. But they score 2. 6-3 ball game, Boston. Time for the 7th inning stretch. Brought to you by Autoway Toyota.
When you need a car, truck, or
One pitches. Gave the Rays 3 runs in 6 innings on 6 hits. Gabe Kapler will pinch hit for Gabe Gross. First pitch from Wagner is a fastball for a strike.
Just his plan. Terry Francona is going to use Billy just about every other day, and just about this spot. He'll be the first lefty late inning out of the pen. If he gets him up, he gets him in the game.
1-1 the count. Two balls and a strike.
One thing that Billy Wagner said, he was told he wouldn't have a good feel of his slider. He said, my slider's been much better than I expected.
That's a strike. 2-2. Well, to make it back as quickly as he has is amazing.
He's a really hard worker. I've gotten to know Billy last couple of years a little bit. There's that slider. He's got a pretty good feel for it. That's like I said, that's what surprised him. He said, I was told by the doctors that'll be the last thing to come around. But he said, I've been feeling really good throwing my slider.
Two now. And ball 3. Moore is on deck, and then Bartlett. So the Rays with 3 innings left here, down by 3 runs.
You need a base runner right here. Zaki stays in there pretty well on lefties, as we know.
And ball 4. Kapler draws a walk to open the inning. That's the first base runner the Rays have had since Zahn doubled in Longoria in the 4th. Buchholz retired the last 9 he faced before leaving. And here's Hockey. Hockey in the game when Upton was injured. So this will be his first plate appearance tonight. Inside, 1-0.
Billy kind of slowed his arm down on that one, on that breaking ball. Tried to guide it in there. There's a flamethrower. Daniel Bard.
Hockey looks at a strike, now 1-1.
Pitches at about what, 98? 98 miles an hour. Can hit 100.
Strike at the knees.
Where was that for David Price?
Yep.
My goodness. Wow. That's off. It had knees. It's just a question of whether it was over the plate or not. Looks like David Price has pitched to Bay.
And a fly ball lifted toward short left center. Bay is under it. Makes the catch. That's the first out. Kapler still at first with 1 away. Now Jason Bartlett, who singled his first time up and scored the first Rays run. He's 1 for 3. That's a strike.
Nothing in 2. There's a good slider there. tight one right there. That's a good pitch.
Foul out of play. Still 2 strikes the count to Jason Bartlett. Red Sox about hit the Rays 10-6. They lead 6-3. Bartlett lifts a foul. It's going to carry out a play. So he'll see another 2-strike pitch from Billy Wagner. Wagner pitched an inning in the game Tuesday night, working the 7th, and got Bartlett on a line drive to third, then struck out Crawford and Zobrist. Inside a bit. 1 ball, 2 strikes. It's down. 2-2.
Jason's in there battling. The count even. We'll see what this pitch will tell you how well or how good Billy Wagner feels about his slider if he throws it here.
One on, one out with a 2-2 count. And Bartlett is out on strikes. He threw it.
Yeah, I mean that's what he's been saying. I feel great with the slider, and he felt that's the better outfit. He knows Jason can hit a fastball, and he just did go. Good tilt on that slider. If that's the scouting report, I mean I did my own scouting report, but I'm sure the Rays know
a pretty
that.
good one. As we saw right there. Now Crawford takes a strike at the knees. 2 outs, a man at first. Well, he got ahead of Crawford here Tuesday night, 0-2, and struck him out on a slider.
Yeah, he sure did. Big sweeping slider.
1 ball, 1 strike. The fastball there inside.
Thing about Billy too, he's only going to get stronger. He just did get back a little bit with the Mets, and now with the Red Sox, just a few innings.
Crawford lifts it foul. That will carry into the stands and sets the count at 1 ball, 2 strikes. Well, the Mets were interested in getting him back and showing that he was healthy and ready to compete. Made the deal, and he is. It's going to be out of play. Another foul ball. Still 1-2. Crawford checks. Confirmed by Joe West that he did.
That's a tough pitch too. That's a good break right there by Billy Wagner. Side right here. Yep, he held up. Kapler can steal a base if he wants to pick his spot here. Big leg kick. They're not worried about him over first.
Carl takes ball 3. The count is full.
Billy thought he had a strike there, had the plate. That's a pretty tough pitch right there. That
looked pretty good.
Good pitch. Raffamano says no, it's down.
Step back by Wagner.
You know, that's where you're supposed to pitch, just like David Price. He made some pitches down. You're supposed to pitch down, and he didn't get the call, and he should have.
And 3-2, that's a strike call. Crawford caught looking. No runs, a walk, command left. We go to the 8th. 6-3 Boston. Of our Coors Light freeze cam. We go back to the second inning when Baldelli connected on a David Price fastball. At the time, it gave Boston a 3-2 lead. Our Coors Light freeze cam. Home run by Rocco Baldelli. So with the right-hander Lance Cormier in, J.D. Drew will pinch hit for Baldelli. Cormier's pitch is low. 1 ball, no strikes.
42nd game for Lance. Been a workhorse this year in a variety of roles.
2-0 now. Gabe Kapler stays on to play right field after pinch hitting in the bottom of the 7th. Shift on for J.D. Drew. 2-1.
Yeah, Evan Longoria was playing up in case of a bunt, and after the count got to 2-0, he said, forget that. He wants to bunt 2-0. Go ahead. Maybe he's going to look for a long ball.
And a line drive past the diving Pena. He broke his bat, lined the ball into right. And Drew has a leadoff single in the 8th. 11 hits now for Boston.
Like actually got it off the end of the bat a little bit. Break his bat. Drops into right field.
Alex Gonzalez. Pitch is down. 1 ball, no strikes. charged by Evan. Longoria's throw caught by Iwamura on the fair side of the bag. Pena on the foul side of the bag, and the throw went the other way.
Yeah, there was nobody on the bag. Evan threw it to the bag, which is what he should have done. Let's take a look. Carlos comes in and he goes back and he sees Aki coming across. Evan has plenty of time, but there's nobody at first base. Miscommunication right there. That's really not Evan's fault. He threw it right to the bag, which is where he should have, and somebody has to be there. That's not Evan's issue right there. Either Carlos has to get back or Aki has to go to first base. He's covering behind first base, but he has to go to first base if Carlos can't get there.
Madden now out to the mound with men at first and second to give Gonzalez a hit.
That's almost one of those plays I wish there was a team error rule.
Yeah, exactly.
Take a look. See, Carlos breaks in, but once he sees the ball to third base, he's got to get back to first. Aki, really, Carlos needs to get back there. And he's not back there, not because he saw Aki coming across, but Aki thought he was getting back there, so he didn't want to collide with him, so he's just backing up the throw. That's just miscommunication.
Here's Ellsbury. He was going to bunt. Takes the pitch high. 1-0.
And there's more miscommunication because they had the wheel play on, trying to get the, which is the third baseman crashes, first baseman crashes. Bartlett was going back towards second base. And his job is to go to third base. That's what the wheel play is, because you're trying to get the out at third base. That's why everybody's crashing. So there's miscommunication on bunt defense here, both on the first and second bunt defense and the runner at first bunt defense. And that kind of stuff can't happen in the big leagues in September. So Jason said, "Whoa, wait a minute. What did we put on here?" Usually the third baseman puts the bunt plays on.
And again the bunt. Longoria to Iwamura, and they bunt the runners over.
Now that bunt play is called a regular. That's the #1 bunt defense, where the shortstop fakes like he's going, but he goes back to second. Third baseman reads the play and charges. He gets the sure out at first base. Pitcher's job is to cover the third base side. If it's bunted toward third base too hard and he can't get there, Evan has to charge, and that's what happened. You see up here, Bartlett has to cover second base. That's the regular bunt defense #1, where you make sure you get the sure out. But the play before was the wheel play, where Evan charges, Carlos charges, Bartlett breaks for third, and that's where the miscommunication was.
Now Pedroia with men at second and third. The pitch is a little close. 1 ball, no strikes. So Ellsbury sacrificing both men into scoring position. Drew at third and Gonzalez at second. It's fouled up the right side. It's 1-1. Cormier, fifth raised pitcher, delivers and a ground ball. Aki, he'll come to the plate and out there. So J.D. Drew out at the plate. Iwamura is on. That's a fielder's choice. 2 gone. And at first and third.
And a big out. I mean, it's still a 3-run game, and Rays have a couple of shots, and you can't let them get any more here. That's a nice play. Aki takes his time, sets up and throws a strike, and Zahn is blocking the plate with a left leg right there. So J.D. Drew has to go outside. It's a nice throw by Aki. Set up, took his time, threw a strike. See, Jeff, he's making the runner go outside, and he never got there because he put his left leg out there. That's exactly how you block the plate. Great job by Zahn. And Aki made a nice throw to get it to the glove side, so he had to stay right there and block the plate. That's how you do it.
2 outs. Victor Martinez is the hitter. Martinez, the run batted in tonight, 2 hits. There's a strike to start, a breaking ball that caught the plate. A little shaky here in the top of the 8th inning. The Rays trying to regroup and hold the Red Sox to this 6-3 lead. And a ground ball back to the mound. Cormier's flipped to first. Red Sox do not score. They lead 2. Bottom of the 8th coming. 6-3 Boston. AT&T, the nation's fastest 3G network. AT&T, your world delivered. We go to the bottom half of inning 8, 6-3. The Rays with a couple shots left. Ben Zobrist will lead it off here against Daniel Bard. Hard-throwing young right-hander whose first pitch is taken low for a ball. First pitch at 97. J.D. Drew in right after pinch hitting in the top of the 8th. 1-1 and a foul ball on the fastball, fouled straight back
and right on it. I mean, right on it. This guy's got an incredible arm. 55 strikeouts and 41 in the 3rd innings, and a pretty good strikeout to walk ratio.
And how about that for a slider now? Comes in 96, then 97, then drops the slider in there.
Yeah, and a over 3-to-1 strikeout to walk ratio, which is excellent. He's got command of his pitches as well.
Foul right off the facing of the Boston dugout. Look out.
Tim Wakefield right there. Timmy's just.
Yeah, he's had enough concern physically.
Yeah, he's protecting his back. You better protect his head there.
Broken bat and a fly ball headed toward Ellsbury in center. He's got it for the first out in the 8th inning. Time to stay in the game with the Rays hole leaders, brought to you by Just for Men Hair Color. Grant Balfour 16, Dan Wheeler 15, leading the bullpen in holds. Middle relievers keep their teams in the game. You too can stay in the game with Just for Men hair color. Carlos Pena. Carlos with a run scored and a steal tonight. Batting with the bases empty, and they have the shift on for Pena. 1 ball, no strikes. Lowell all alone on the left side of the infield. Time called. Buchholz worked 6, gave up 3 runs, 6 hits. Billy Wagner 1 inning, 2 strikeouts and a walk. Two and 0.
99. And that's an easy 99. That's just a natural 99. He's just gifted. There's not a lot of effort. He's not trying to overthrow to get to that point.
And that's high. A 3 ball, no strike count.
Well, naturally down 3 runs with 5 outs to play with. You got to take a strike here. Carlos will. Need base runners.
And ball 4. So there's a 1-out walk as Pena heads to first. Pat Burrell will be the hitter. Bard's out of the 06 draft. He was the Red Sox top pick in 06 out of North Carolina.
Well, there's 2 guys. Look at that, the breaking ball. 85.
Yeah.
There's 2 guys that you would ask for, or at least I would, if you trade Roy Halladay, for example. I mean, those are the guys you ask for. Bard, and the other one was a starter tonight, Clay Buchholz. The types of guys you got to get in that type of deal.
One and one. His fastball was high, both in location and velocity. 98 upstairs. 1 and 1. One ball, 2 strikes. The Yankees drafted him in the 03 draft, but couldn't sign him. There's the range of speeds.
And the 85 is the breaking ball.
Yep.
It's major league average fastball for most guys.
Outside. 2 and 2. Foul. Earl, a piece of the fastball.
Pretty good swing on that one. And you know what you're dealing with. That little exhale right there. You're dealing with a guy that throws 98 to 99. Stay alive right there. You just gotta make sure you have slow feet and quick hands.
And a high fly ball back into straightaway center. Ellsbury is there. 2 gone.
That's a good swing. I mean, Pat did have slow feet and had quick hands. He just got underneath it. Otherwise, he hits that ball out.
Now it's Evan Longoria. Longoria with a couple 2-base hits. He's 2 for 3.
He's also taken one out of the ballpark against Daniel Bard right here at the drop. Dead center field.
That pitch is a slider to start him, and it's a strike. And again, strike 2, and another slider.
Against Bard, you have to look fastball. Then he's able to get 2 of these over. Breaking balls.
And a swing and a miss. Boy, slider, slider, and another slider. And what a dandy that was. So we're through 8. We go to the 9th. 6-3 Boston. Longoria 2 for call strikes, and then look at this one.
Well, even better than the first 2. That's just a tough pitch. Look at that. Paints the outside corner. You haven't had to swing at it. It was there. But you got to look fastball when a guy throws 98 to 100.
Breaking ball to Euclid down and away. 9th inning underway with Lance Cormier on the hill. And a foul ball. It's 1-1. And John Farrell, their pitching coach, has done some work with him to kind of simplify his delivery. And he looks pretty good.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's why I said the thing about him, his command is so good. He's 51 strikeouts coming into that inning. Only 17 walks. He did walk a man and strike out a man, but he's over 3-1 strikeout to walk rate.
With that arm, I guess you don't really need a lot of moving parts.
No.
Fewer the better. Live, Rays Live, the post game comes up. The ground ball headed to shortstop. Bartlett makes the pickup and throw, and Euclid is out of there. One away, and Jason Bay will bat. Bay with 2 doubles and a walk tonight. He doubled in 2 runs to open the scoring back in the first.
Yeah, Bard's numbers now, he's got 56 strikeouts, actually 18 walks. I mean, for a guy that throws that hard, that's pretty good.
Yes, it is.
Better than 3-1.
1-0 the count. Strike at the knees, now 1-1. Back into the screen.
As a matter of fact, I was looking at splits on Daniel Bard. Righties are hitting 198 off him with 1 home run, 32 strikeouts, and 7 walks. And the 1 home run is Evans.
Yep.
And obviously he didn't forget that because Evans hit his fastball to dead center for the home run. Respect there.
And the 1-2. Skied to center. Zobrist is there and makes the catch. 2 away here in the 9th inning. David Ortiz will be the hitter.
The good young pitchers right there, Lester and Daniel Bard behind him.
Pitch is outside, 1-0. Papelbon up in the bullpen. And a curveball in for a strike, 1-1. Bryce Springer, Schaus, Bradford, and Cormier. And a shot off the mitt of Pena. Iwamura with the pickup. Cormier covers, and they get Ortiz. Hey, that's not your garden variety 3-4-1, but that's quite a play down there. The Progress Energies energized defensive play right here to end the top of the 9th. Brought to you by Progress Energy. 6-3 Boston. To be tobacco free. Visit tobaccofreeflorida.com for more information. By the Florida Department of Transportation. Drunk driving over the limit under arrest. And by your Select 7 Buick Pontiac GMC dealers. Bottom of the 9th inning. The Rays are down by 3. They will face Jonathan Papelbon. The 4th pitcher for Boston tonight. Greg Zahn in there to lead it off, and the first pitch is a strike from Papelbon.
I know this sounds crazy, but you almost have a better feeling against Papelbon sometimes
Bard?
than Bard.
I'll tell you, watching Watching Bard with the slider as well as that 98 to 100 fastball.
And Jonathan's a super pitcher, obviously, but man, the guy's throwing like Bard did. Jeez. Obviously, you could see him closing someday.
1-1 to count to Zahn. Buchholz for 6, Wagner 1, Bard 1, and now Papelbon. Two balls and a strike. Zahn did that chopper over third baseman Mike Lowell's head back in the 4th inning. And since then, hardly any offense at all for the Rays. And really nothing in the way of hits, only a couple of walks since then. 2-2.
Good swing there, and a good pitch to hit, too. That's why Terry Francona could take Buchholz out after 6. Buchholz, I'm sure, wasn't tired, only had 91 pitches. And retired, what, 8, 9 in a row. But he's got that great bullpen. And Papelbon pitched 2 days ago, and Wagner pitched 2 days ago. Bard hadn't been pitched yet, so all these guys are rested. That's the luxury of designing a strong bullpen.
2-2 is fouled back by Zahn. Count remains there at 2 balls, 2 strikes. He had another pretty good pitch to hit right there.
Yeah, he had a good swing at that too.
Willie Ibar is on deck. And a full count. Zahn works it all the way to 3-2.
The other thing about the Red Sox, if you couldn't go out and get a Roy Halladay, who they looked at, or Cliff Lee, they didn't want to give up Daniel Bard or Clay Buchholz. Yeah, you go get a Billy Wagner. You increase the length of your bullpen. You make it a bullpen and get you 12 outs. In this case tonight, they're looking for 9 outs in their bullpen, but that's how you do it. If you can't help your rotation, you go to the back end of the game.
And a foul. Zahn staying alive up there. I tell you, he's had some pitches to hit in this at bat.
Yeah, and Joe Madden really evaluated Zahn correctly, because when Zahn first came over here, he said, I like him from the left side of the plate. And I like Deanna Navarro from the right side, and that's pretty much held true. He's got some big hits already from the left side of the plate this year for the Rays.
And a swing and a miss. Little finish on that one.
Yep, nasty.
Zahn out on strikes.
And take a look at this pitch. Fastball off the outside corner. Probably a good 6 inches away. It is right over the batter's box line there, the right-handed batter's box. But too close to take. And he's asking, and he turned around and asked Ed Rapawano, was it a strike?
Willie Ibar pinch hitting, and the pitch is low to him. So the Rays down to their final 2 outs of this game. Down by 3 runs. 2 outs away from being 6 games back. One and one. The Rays will have 29 games left after this one. And a strike at the knees. It's 1-2.
that as a hitter. First of all, it's outside. So you definitely can't do anything when the ball's 6 inches outside, which is what that was.
Well, that showed you the zone had to swing at the pitch.
That's exactly
that was out
right.
of the strike zone if he's getting that call. And so Ibar is out on strikes. 2 gone.
He went up under his hands. They had a little finish to it also.
Two outs, and here's Hockey.
I'll tell you, some of these ball strike zones this year, there's some really good umpires that I like, but boy, there's some bad calls.
This one up the left field line. That's just foul. Hockey just missing an extra base hit. Strike 1.
Slice to it right there. Missed by about a foot.
Well, that's a new version of the rally cap, I am assuming.
I hope that's what that is.
Yeah.
Getting ready to go out after the game outfit, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. Finishing touch.
Meanwhile, back to the game. 1 strike. This one is inside. It's 1-1. Hockey's had one other at bat in this game. He came in when Upton had to leave because of that left ankle sprain. And boy, it at first appeared that it might be much worse than that. We're happy to hear that it's just a sprain. Strike 2, and now it's 1-2 to Hockey. One ball, 2 strikes. And Imamura stays alive, fouling it away. Rays came in 9-5 against Boston on the year. But trailing Boston by 5 in the wild card race, and they're an out away from dropping another game back. Up and away. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Hockey takes it a little wide, and it's now 3-2.
Well, you
Interesting.
Worry about that too, don't
Yeah,
you?
you sure do.
But Jonathan's smart. I mean, he's getting the calls out there, and why not? Why not go off the outside corner? I mean, that's 8 inches outside. Made it look close.
So the count is full. And a foul again. It's forcing Papelbon to make another pitch. Eight strikeouts by Boston pitching tonight. They had 11 last night. 14 the night before. Here it is. And a fly ball back into center field. Ellsbury back now waiting. And this game is over. 3 up, 3 down go the Rays in the 9th inning. It's a 6-3 final. Rays drop 2 of 3 to the Boston